You go. Hmm? Yes, yes, I have work because their tank is got broken. Arbab house.
Good evening, all.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Yeah, very good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, is that okay, yeah, so maybe Monday is doing that. Next day you will like working on Sunday goes Monday will become.
Okay, so what was our last session about? I mean, the week before the last week. So we just had a introduction about the inventory. So inventory, how the inventory operations, what are the types of inventory, and what does actually inventory means. And so do you have any other input from your side regarding our last session?
Inventory, which means all of our assets we are counting and anything. I mean, warehouse.
Okay. 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 So then what is the difference between inventory and stock?
Stock, which means I think warehouse, these things what we are keeping for that company production or something expensive. Inventory is all together, which is belongs to company, including all the things, computer,
Exactly.
laptop, assets.
Exactly. So in simple terms, we can say that if the company is a production company, a manufacturing company, or a warehousing company, so or a transportation company, okay, so in those companies, inventory means the goods. The goods can be the raw materials, the semi-finished goods, or the finished goods. That is the inbound goods, in-process goods, outbound goods. So all the goods, it's considered as inventory. Say if the company is not a production company, it's not a manufacturing company, it's not some other service industry, or a regular office kind of a thing, where the product is completely different. The actual manufacturing is not happening. So in that case, inventory can be termed as all the physical units which belongs to the company, including the manpower. Is that right? Is it right? I mean, are we getting it right?
Yes.
Exactly. So here, it depends, even, this differentiation, it reflects on the company's, the accounts, the records of the company. That is the accounts, the, what do you say, the entries in the accounts. So if it is a manufacturing or other logistic related company, it means the inventory means the cargo, that is the goods, semi-finished, finished, raw materials, whatever. So in case of other companies, other than the manufacturing, other than the transportation, other than any logistic company, there the inventory means all the physical units. That is the building, the AC units, the fixtures, light and fixtures, furnitures, manpower, everything comes under inventory. Okay, very good. So okay, someone was telling it's a part of warehousing, right? So what is warehouse and what is warehousing? What is your idea about warehouse and warehousing? What's the difference? Or do you think both are one and the same?
For production material, we are keeping in warehouse. What I mean, whatever is the production for dresses or that bucket plastic, switzer or computer, whatever is keeping in our house or some any places that we call warehouse. It is
Okay, good. Okay, so then what is warehousing?
Purpose of storing goods.
Process of storing goods. Okay, fine. So in simple terms, again, we can say warehouse means a physical infrastructure, a physical building, a physical infrastructure where the goods are stored, where the cargo is stored, where the inventory is stored. Whereas warehousing means all the activities related in the storage of goods. I mean, you have the receiving of goods, put away of goods, scanning of goods, what do you say, like processing in the sense processing in the warehouse. So what processing do they do on the goods in the warehouse? Quality checking, packaging, packaging, labeling. So all these are process which is done on the product in the warehouse. So and then keeping the like product, finally like transport, I mean keeping the product, moving the products into the transportation truck. So these activities is related to the storage of goods. This is called warehousing. So the difference between warehouse and warehousing is warehouse just a physical infrastructure, a physical building where the inventory can be stored. Warehousing means it relates to all the activities in relation to the storage of goods. Clear?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, good. So we are so now we are we are seeing about the inventory. Inventory here, it means the goods. So we are going to see about the types of inventory in today's session, and the functions of the inventory management, or functions the responsibilities of an inventory manager, the need and importance of the inventory, or the need and importance of the storage of the goods, and the disadvantage, not the disadvantages. No, there are few limitations there in the storage process. So we are going to see about that. Okay, first we are starting with the type of inventories. Raw materials, of course, we know. Components, work in process or work in progress. Few say work in process, few say work in progress. Finished goods, maintenance, repair and operations goods, that is MRO inventory. Packing and packaging materials, that too comes under inventory. So because everything is directly related to the goods. Safety stock and anticipation stock, decoupling inventory, cycling inventory, service inventory, transit inventory, theoretical inventory, excess inventory. So here a stock can be taken as same as inventory. Here it both stock and inventory refers the same. But in few cases, in few warehouses or in few production units, stock is seen as a different thing, and inventory as a different thing. As I said, inventory there, inventory refers to all the physical units, including the manpower, whereas stock represents only the goods, only the cargo. So that is the difference. So it depends on the organization how they see the product, how they enter their inventory level or stock level, calculate the stock level in their accounts. So we will see one by one. So all these inventories it can be classified into basic 5 types. Raw materials, that is which is to be processed, which is to be procured, transported to the production floor, and then to be processed. And work in progress or work in process, that is the goods which are to be readily in the process, I mean which are kept readily in the production floor, or in the which are in the production, already in the production. Finished goods, which doesn't need any processing anymore. Maintenance, repair and operation supplies. Packaging materials, packaging materials. So generally it is categorized as raw materials, work in progress, finished goods. So raw materials, now as I said, these inventories, it cannot be directly consumed as it is. So this has to be done some processing on it, some kind of processing has to be done on it to make it as a complete whole product, so that it can, the final consumer or final customer can make use of it. So examples like crude oil, sugarcane, grains, And work in process or work in progress inventory, partial goods or semi-finished goods. In case of the automobile industry, usually work in progress inventory, they are called as like spare parts. Because sorry, somebody is interrupting. Okay. So it's called as spare parts. So spare parts it can't be used directly. It's not a complete product. So the spare parts has to be assembled to make it as this complete whole product, as a whole thing, so that it can be used, it can be made use of. So these are the examples. Spare parts of automobiles, spare parts of electronics, spare parts of other accessories, and even the food items. So batter or whatever it is. These are half processed. That is the work in progress inventory. And then we have finished goods inventory, completed the process. So no more processing is required for these goods, for these inventory. And then we have MRO inventory. So this inventory, supports the production process, supports the operations process, or supports the warehousing process, storage process. So these inventory, make sure, things are going in the line. So there is no breakdown, or there is no a lag in the processing, or in the the activities happening in the warehouse floor. So these MRO inventory, it's always available in any manufacturing sector, any processing sector, any production floor. So this is very important for the company. It is very important, in case of a sudden breakdown, or in case of a sudden failure of the machines, or electricity, or whatever it is. So these supplies will help the production to go on without any lacking or without any stoppage. And then finally we have packing materials, or labeling, packing and labeling materials inventory. So any product, it cannot be directly given to the the consumer, other than the automobiles. So no other product can be without a proper packing or proper package. You cannot directly give it to the customer. So there should be a kind of protective thing for any product to use it safely, or to protect the actual material which we are going to use. For example, we can say a marker pen. So marker pen, what is the main component? The marker ink, the ink part. So that is the main component. That is the main thing which we need. So that's why we are buying the product. So what is protecting that ink? The outer plastic portion, the marker portion, that the plastic covering. So that is the tertiary packing. And if pack 10, 20 or 50 or 100 markers in one small carton box, or 500 units of markers in one big carton box, the whole box is called as packaging. That is the difference between packing and packaging. And labeling materials. There are many types of labels, stick-on labels, and nowadays, they have come up with a kind of all you have to do is stick the machine on the carton or on the product. Automatically, the labels get sticked off or gets printed. Not even label is required, but directly gets printed on the product. Especially if you can know if the toiletry items or cosmetics, the labels in the sense that including the barcodes, the price, everything, it gets printed on the tertiary packing of the product. So that can be also considered as the inventory. So this is one of the inventory. Clear? These are the 5 basic types of inventory, 5 basic classifications. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So other than those 5 classifications, the basic classifications, we have few more. So buffer inventory, that is buffer stock, safety stock. So this stock is maintained in the factory or in the warehouse in case of any stock out incident, no, like should no, to avoid any stock out incidents. For example, say the product is no like is all there is a dynamic product in the sense always the product is in demand in the market. It's always demanded by the customer. So suddenly, like for some time being, the product demand may increase, and no after no like 2 or 3 days or after a week's time again it may come to a normal stage. The demand will be on the normal stage, normal flow. So in case of that situation, if there is a no like sudden increase in the demand, no like people need the product, right? The market needs a product, so we have to satisfy the customers. So the company or the warehouse, no like Hasna, can you please mute the hello Hasna, can you please mute the audio? Okay, thank you. So to like overcome that situation, the company, the organization, or the warehouse, factory floor, always have a safety stock readily available with them. So if they see the market is demanding, suddenly there is a demand for the product in the market. Suddenly the demand rises in the markets. So immediately they take the inventory out from the shelf. They go with the processing and send to the market, send the products to the market ASAP as soon as possible. So that is called buffer stock, the safety stock. So to come out to like overcome the stock out situation. Or sometimes like the availability of like raw materials, sometimes the availability, there may be a non-availability of raw materials. So to overcome that situation also, like usually a safety stock is being kept. For example, recently India has banned rice export. Have you heard about this news? Banned export to foreign countries. So now they have like stopped for some time, because like the need for rice like within India like it's becoming more. So they fear that like there may be a stock out situation after some time if they keep on like exporting the rice. So right now they have stopped the rice export. So this is called like to avoid those stock out situations. So those rice like that quantity of rice which has been kept in the granaries or in the government warehouses, so that's considered as a safety stock, buffer stock. We have then anticipation in inventory. So like suddenly there will be a like current demand, there will be a sudden increase in the demand. So to overcome that demand, to meet the demand, immediately the raw materials will be like procured more, like analyzing or like thinking that like all the raw materials after production will be like going to the market. So immediately the raw materials will be procured, immediately the production will be done, and immediately the products will be sent to the market. And to be very frank, not all the products will be sold to the customers. Few products it may become a dead stock. Dead stock in the sense nobody is going to demand the product after some time. So but like anticipating that all the products will be like sold out, how much ever product we produce and like send it to the market, anticipating that all the products will like get sold, the companies like suddenly procure like more raw materials, produce more, and like send all the products to the market. So those are anticipation inventory. Decoupling inventory. So this is to avoid any sudden slowdown or sudden stoppage or sudden breakdown during the production process. So when there is a sudden stoppage of the means there is a sudden breakdown, like what happens is which is already the inventory, which is already, that is the work in progress inventory, which is already in the production. So it may be like half processed, not even half processed. So if the breakdown is like rectified, and if the machine starts running, sometimes few products, it may not be of a good quality, or may not be of like maybe may not be produced in a good condition. So it few products it needs one complete flow to be a complete product. If there is a sudden stoppage in between, you won't get a like complete product, even if you like start the production after some time, after repairing the machines and everything. So to overcome the situation, obviously there will be a scrap that will be like going to scrap. So in order to avoid those situations, so decoupling inventory is always kept in the factory floor. And then we have like cycle inventory. Cycle inventory is like a kind of, again, safety inventory. Always throughout the year, the company has with it, to meet any like to avoid any like bad situations, whether it be like stock out, or whether it be anything. Okay, fine. So always there will be a cycle inventory. So once a product once the inventory, a few inventory has been taken out from the shelf, the company makes sure, or the warehouse people make sure that that inventory is always full. So what they will do is they will fill up the inventory. That is, if there is a space for 100 units of a particular item in a shelf. So if 250 units or 300 units has been taken out of the shelf, immediately there will be a stockpiling will be done. That is, along with the existing stock, more 300 more or 250 more the inventory which has been taken out from the shelf, so that will be filled. So that's called cycle inventory. And then we have service inventory. Service inventory is not directly in relation with the actual stock or actual inventory. So it's completely related to the service industry, like hospital or educational institutions or whatever. So this is the example I have given. So if it is a hotel industry, so if it has 10 rooms, so it means each week the hotel can provide 71 night stays. So this is a kind of service inventory. So same, it's applicable in educational institution. Same is applied in hospital industries. Hospital industries. Yes. So this is service industry. Transit inventory or pipeline inventory. So that is the product is in movement. So it's in the movement. It has it's taken out from the shelf. It has got out from the warehouse. It's on the way to the customer. It has not reached the customer, but it's on the way to the customer. Again, here inventory means it can be anything, raw material or semi-finished goods or finished goods. It can be anything. And the customers can be like individual, or it can be companies in case of raw materials and semi-finished goods. And finally, we have theoretical inventory or book inventory. So this is something to go with the minimum amount of inventory always in hold. Maybe after some time, if the inventory is not used, this may be it may go to scrap, or it may be wasted, or it may get decayed, whatever it is, but the company doesn't worry about it. For safer side, they will always have this inventory with them. Whereas the other inventory, the buffer stock, safety stock, or the anticipation stock, whatever it is, so in those cases, the inventory keeps on moving. So once the production is done with the existing inventory, for the next turn, the inventory which is kept as a buffer stock can be taken. Again, the buffer stock shelf can be filled with another a unit of inventory. But here in this case, this inventory is not taken out from the shelf. It is now always kept for a safety purpose. And if it is not used during the production for some period of time, it may lose its quality, get decayed, get rusted, whatever may happen, but it can be thrown as a scrap. But the company doesn't worry about it. Then we have excess inventory. So excess inventory is something maybe reasons may be many. Why company produces excess inventory, or why company procures excess inventory? Any idea? They know that this is going to be the demand. This is going to be the demand in the market for this period of time. They would have done some demand forecasting techniques and everything. They would have done some calculations. So what is the reason why they are going with the excess inventory? Yeah. No idea. Why more has to be procured? Why more has to be produced? Why more has to be stored? Why more has to be sent to the market?
Maybe that it's availability of the goods and everything. If they're making that post controlling expensive. They can per lot of purchase, they can cut down the goods.
Why they are doing lot of purchase?
Maybe they can sell it later. Once they keep. For example, if in UAE we can get more items from China or India, so we can keep us a warehouse like this. The cost of production and container traveling expenses, customs duty, like cut down the cost. So that is one of the suggestions that I'm getting.
Good. But no, like if the people doesn't demand it anymore, after some period of time, it may become a dead stock. Dead stock is like obsolete stock, which is not demanded by the market, not demanded by the customers anymore. That's considered as a dead stock or obsolete stock. It's a complete loss to the company. So then why taking risk? Okay, the main reason, the starting point of this problem is, availability of raw materials in cheaper price. So suddenly, the rate of the cost of the raw materials, may suddenly dip. It may suddenly, come down. And to make use of that opportunity, what the company does is they procure more raw materials. Usually we do that, right? So when we see when a vegetable is when we are getting a vegetable which usually it costs 80 rupees a kilo, if you're getting it 20 rupees or 25 rupees a kilo, what we do is we over purchase. We get 2 kilos or 3 kilos instead of 1 kilo. So that's what the companies do. So they procure more raw materials. So what they will do with more raw materials, they produce more. So the production will be more, and where they will keep the overproduced goods, of course, dump it in the warehouse. So after some time, the warehouse can't hold the materials for a longer time, because it's a basic rule in any warehouse that the first and foremost rule in any storage unit that whatever the product comes in has to exit. That's the first and foremost rule, a very strict rule, because even if it is a very expensive item, the company cannot keep hold of the item. It has to be sold in the market. Otherwise, it's a great loss to the company. So it has to be sent to the market. It has to be sold to the customer. So what happens after some time? They see that warehouse is this completely lodged with the excess products, excess goods. So they try to give it at cheaper prices, or they go with 1+1 offer, whatever marketing strategy they want to use, they will use it. They go with the marketing mix and all. Okay, and buy one get one free, or and they will try to push the product out of the storage unit, because they have to store the next batch of the product which is under production or which is going to be produced. So not all the products will be sold to the customers. I mean, all the customers may not be buying the product. So few products will be left out as dead stock. So what happens? So that has to be that will be returned to the warehouse. Again, the warehouse has to return to the company. And there are few cases. Few companies may have their own warehouses. Few production companies, they have their own warehouses. In that case, the warehouse doesn't have to send the products back to the company. On the advice of the management of the company, the warehouse can do some value added processing, whatever they want to go with the techniques. They can do it and try to resell, resend the product to the market, or they can like discard the product. If it's not going to be of any use, they can like completely discard the product. But in case if the company doesn't have its own warehouse, the warehousing is outsourced to an outside agency, that is another warehouse agency. In that case, the warehouse has no other option but to send the returned product again back to the company, because they are not going to know like what they are going to do with the like product which is being returned or which is not sold. It like it occupies space in the warehouse, and it's a loss for the warehouse also. And like this is the like scenario. So excess inventory, so which is like it's very risky, and it completely if not being properly planned, like it will cause a severe damage, not a severe, it causes a heavy loss to the company. So companies has to be very careful right from the beginning, that is right from procuring the raw materials. So purchase more, procure more, then obviously produce more, and obviously store more, and obviously like send more to the market, transport more to the market. So anyhow, at least like 20 to 30% of the product are going to be a dead inventory. They are not going to like make use of the situation. Clear? So is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes, ma'am. It's clear.
Yeah. So how many of you are like actually working in a production company, or any logistic company, or a warehousing company? Anyone?
I'm myself Rajeshnan. I working in Big Basket company. Now I resigned. I working there at 3 months
Okay.
after completing logistics.
Okay, 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Big Basket. You mean in India or in UAE?
India, Kerala.
Oh, in Kerala. Okay, okay. So what is the reason? Like you left in like within 3 months.
Actually, my work is on night duty. I am working on segregation department, so the work is holding on night. So on night work, I can't stay on.
Night shift.
I can't
Shift.
survive.
Okay.
Night shift.
Okay. It's very difficult to manage. Okay. 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 Got it. So if you have decided to work in logistics, if you have decided to like work in like logistics sector or production sector, IT sector, you shouldn't see night, day, evening, afternoon. You shouldn't see anything. Okay, so yes.
But the full time 24 means
Okay.
full day night work is very difficult. There is no shifting in that.
Okay, got it. So why I was like asking this question was the theoretical part, what we see, like that's completely different, while you're actually working in the production floor or in the warehouse floor. So you get to know more about things when you actually work there, like on the job, you will know like learning more. For example, as I said, like few warehouses or few production companies, they completely differentiate inventory and stock. For them, inventory is different, stock is different. But few warehouses and production companies, for them, inventory and stock are one and the same. There is no difference at all. So these kind of like differentiation, the differences, like you can see actually in your workplace, if you're not especially working in in logistic industry. So logistic industry, it's a vast, it's like a vast ocean. SCM, it's a part of supply chain management sector industry. So it's like a vast ocean. So logistic is one among the other sectors in supply chain management industry. That's what I came to know. because you have transportation, you have procurement, you have like documentation, you have a separate sector for documentation alone, and you have port operations, like airport, seaport, everything, and you have this thing, packing, packaging is a separate industry, in SCM sector, packing and packaging. So the opportunities are like excess, and it's a booming industry actually. Even though if you see during the COVID time also, logistics was happening. The transportation of medicines, transportation of like people, it was happening.
Yeah.
There was no
Yeah.
like stoppage at all. So it's a booming industry, and with the emerging new e-commerce companies, so this is going to be like most powerful sector, like along with the artificial intelligence, or along with the robotics. Of course, logistics, that is SCM, supply chain industry, is going to be a giant industry, in another, say, 5 to 7 years. So lots of opportunities are there.
Ma'am, but in India currently salary is very low, I think. Ma'am, do you know that in logistics experience is important or job knowledge? What is mainly preferred?
Experience is more important. Experience. That's why I asked you, why did you
That's
resign
good. That's good. Experience is very
within
important.
3 months? Yes, experience is more. I mean, not only in
Important.
logistic industry, in any industry, whatever company, whichever company you're working with,
I'm working
if you
in
have a
Malad.
track record of at least 1.5 to 2 years working in the same company, if that is mentioned in your profile, that's good to see, for others, for other companies, when they are actually interviewing you. So if they see that you have worked for a company, it can be 2 to 3 companies, that doesn't matter, but they see the duration of the time, how long you have worked there, so that matters. So it's always good to have the work
No
experience.
issue, ma'am. No issue.
Yeah.
No issue. Anytime work.
Yes. Okay, so finally, as I said, dead stock, dead inventory, or obsolete inventory. So heavy
Yeah.
loss to the company. So the companies has to make sure to avoid keeping the dead stock or dead inventory. So can you name any of the products, which is not in demand, like in the market anymore, which is not demanded by the customers anymore, outdated, out-fashioned, but we would have seen it maybe in our earlier days, or during our school days or college days, or whatever it is, like right now it's considered as a dead stock. If the companies are going to produce it, it's considered as a dead stock. So can you name 1 or 2 items?
It's a mask.
Mask.
Before
Okay.
COVID, we are using in the mask, and as of now, the people are not that much demanding. But the
Okay.
companies have more stock of.
Mask is a good example. Okay.
Yeah.
Tata Nano.
Sorry.
Tata Nano.
Tata
Nano
Nano
cars.
not producing, it's not in the
No.
production anymore. Yeah.
Fresh products getting
Sorry?
expired. Fresh products getting expired, like chicken stocks and all.
Which products? Sorry, I didn't get
Fresh products
fresh products.
like chicken. So basically, in Middle East, we can see lots of fresh products, right? So like chicken.
That's in demand actually. No, that's always in demand. Yeah.
Too much demand. All of the world.
Yeah, that's in demand. Anything so specific, like
Nokia 800.
sorry?
Like this Nokia 800.
Yeah, mobile phones. Even if I buy this phone today, tomorrow it becomes like out-fashioned, outdated. Of course, all the electronic products are considered as like
My experience
the time process 12 o'clock midnight, this becomes an old product. So
yeah,
it applies with any electronic products, not only mobile, any electronic products. Yes, I remember, no, like in my earlier days, I used to see, no, like typewriting institutes, typewriters.
Yeah,
So
typewriters.
yes, now it's not in use anymore. So typewriters are no, like it's completely no, like out fashion, like out of no, like out of the market. So nobody is going to demand it, even if you're going to know, like produce it, or even if it is, it can, no, even if it is stocked in no, like any storage unit or in any warehouse. Yes, then.
Yeah.
Then one of the earlier stage we were using film of photography.
Exactly, roll films. Yeah, good
Yeah.
example, good example. That's why like Kodak, right? Kodak is
Yeah.
no, like, yeah, no more in the business. So they have no, like failed to know, like yes, come up with the digitized photography and everything. So they are not in the industry anymore. Kodak, yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like floppy disk, those days we use floppy disk.
Floppy disks, excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know that no, like even Japanese people still they are using floppy disk. Japanese still they are using floppy disk. They are not comfortable with the compact disk. I don't know why. But I know, like saw a video in the YouTube, no, like this 1 minute video or what. So still floppy disks are in use in Japan. I don't know the reason. Yeah, but still in use in Japan. Yes, very good. Chalk pieces.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Blackboard.
So exactly. Kerosene stoves. Not like
Using
not
noodles area using, ma'am.
kerosene stoves.
Yeah. Using noodles area. Village area.
Oh, even in remote villages, you say. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay, fine. And even like maybe in another like few months, or maybe like 1 or 2 years, what do you say, like to save electricity, like we are coming up with this LED bulbs. So the filamented bulbs, filamented bulbs, and like, so those are being like out fashioned. So those are being avoided. The tungsten filament bulbs. So that is being like not bought anymore. So most of the households now they are like sticking on to LED bulbs.
Yeah.
LED
Ma'am,
bulbs and
machineries.
machineries. Yes, many machineries.
Arrival of new trend machineries become,
Exactly.
yeah, that
Printing
becomes
machineries. Yes. So because with this industrial revolution, so everything now is like machinized, mechanized, like everything runs with electricity. So manpower is being cut into half. So yes, very good. Thank you so much.
Telegram.
Yes, good example. Okay. So why do we need the inventory? That is, why do we need to store any inventory, raw material or semi-finished or finished? Why do we need to store? So to even out the supply chain imbalances. So what is supply chain? What is a supply chain? It's a chain of supply of goods. Supply chain is a chain of supply of goods. So from where it starts from the procurement. Then the procured product is transported to the factory floor. When the production is done, from there it is like transported to the warehouse. And when the demand is in the market, comes from the market or from the customer, it is again transported to the through the distribution channels. And these distribution channels may be the retailers or wholesalers or what do you say, like distributors, or directly, sometimes directly the customers. In case of e-commerce businesses, it's directly from the warehouses is distributed to the customers. So these distribution channels, and finally it reaches the end customer. So this chain of supply of goods is supply chain. So to even out supply chain imbalances, that is, if you need the product, you need the product on time. So if you're expecting to know like a particular e-commerce company to deliver the product in 2 days or 1 week, it has to be delivered to you in 1 week or 2 days. So they cannot take more time. Otherwise, they lose a good customer. So a customer is lost. So to even out the supply chain imbalances, to like avoid the stock out situations, or sometimes when they know like market demand is more, if you can't supply the market the required quantity, the required amount of the product, required amount of the goods, then customers are being lost, the business is being lost. So to even out the supply chain imbalances, of course we need readily the inventory has to be kept in the factory floor or in the warehouse, so readily it should be available. So whenever they the marketing people or the operations people whenever they sense there is going to be a sudden increase in demand, immediately the product can be taken out from the shelf, production can be done and sent to the market. To ensure high speed and zero defect supply chains, to consolidate products as per customer or location. See, sometimes the factory floor, the consolidation process cannot be done. What is consolidation product? That is arranging or combining small units into one complete package, one big package, so that it can be transported easily or it can be handled easily. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, that is
Yes,
consolidation. That is consolidation. That is, say, for example, if a factory is producing 100 toothpaste or 1000 toothpaste, okay, 100 ml, 100 milligram toothpaste, 100 in numbers, okay, or 1000 in numbers. So, like, if you're going to transport these 1000 units of toothpaste to factory, to the warehouse floor or to the storage unit, so how will you transport it? You can't take one by one and you cannot transport it, or you cannot take 10 in numbers in your hand or 50 numbers in your hand and you cannot transport it. Instead of keep all the 1000 units in one big carton, transport the carton. That will do. So that's called consolidation. So this consolidation process, it cannot be done on the factory floor. Reasons may be many. There may not be enough space in the factory floor to do the consolidation, or there may not be enough workers to take care of the consolidation process, because the workers there is used to with the process of production and all other works, but not with the consolidation thing. Or sometimes there may not be enough time to do the consolidation process in the factory floor. So immediately the next batch will be ready for the production, so the workers has to oversee that and everything. So the place will be very dynamic. It will be always dynamic. So for these reasons, these things, consolidation process or assortment process or unitization process, it cannot be packing, packaging, whatever, labeling. So these things cannot be done in the factory floor itself as soon as the production has been completed. So once all the products is complete, so the completed products or the semi-finished products, as a bulk, as a consolidated product, it's not directly taken to the storage unit, the inventory taken to the storage unit and kept it as a stock, kept it as an inventory.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, to achieve economies of scale, again comes the consolidation. So instead of shifting one by one, or shifting 10 in numbers, or shifting 100 in in one transportation, so it's better to shift the maximum number of units in one go. This is the economy of scale in transportation. So producing the maximum number of units in one go, that's economies of scale in production. So to cut down the electricity cost, to cut down the machinery cost, to cut down the transportation cost, to cut down the energy, time, manpower, everything matters. So to achieve the economy of scale, to store the excess producers, as I said, raw materials, sometimes you may get cheaper rate, or sometimes you may predict, you may foresee that there may be a demand for particular raw material in another few days, or there may not be the availability of the particular raw material in another few days. You may come to know through agency or whatever it is, you may come to know. In that case, you feel that you will have to procure more. what happens no in case if there is no no raw material no in another few days, what happens to my production? So in that case also we have to know procure more. So more procurement, more production. So more production, more stock, more inventory. So where will you keep those inventory? Obviously in the inventory storage unit or in the warehouse, to reduce response time to the market. That is, it's called the lead time. The response time is called the lead time. That is the time taken between the demand and the supply. For example, you place the order online, say today by okay, IST Indian Standard Time is 9:30. So I place the order online, and so I expect it no maximum by Sunday evening or Monday morning. So it has to be, if it reaches even before that, I'll be very happy. So that's the response time, the market time or the lead time. So as long as the company, an e-commerce company or a warehouse or a transportation company, so balances or maintains this lead time, so minimizes this lead time, they will have happy customers and they will know the business will be going on. So to make value added processing. So value added processing is increasing the quality of the product or making different packaging for the product. To all these are not to attract the customers, nothing else. And completely changing the product, the way the product looks or whatever. That's called value added processing. Or they may have it buy one get one free, or buy a soap get one shampoo bottle free, or buy a cooking oil 5 liters get 1 kg of basmati rice free. So these are called value added processing. Why it's done? To attract the customers, to push the product out of the warehouse as soon as possible, because that makes profit to the company. So this can be done in the inventory flow, that is in the storage unit. So because these things cannot be many of the cases these things cannot be done in the factory floor. To achieve postponement strategy. So postponement strategy is something a few companies follow. That is, they postpone the production, postpone the assembling of the product. Only after receiving the order from the customer or order from the market, they start the production or start assembling the product. So this is called postponement strategy. They keep the products readily available, that is the raw materials or semi-finished goods readily available in the shelf. The inventory is not readily available in the shelf, but they will not produce it. They will not produce it and not make it as a complete product. So they wait for the customer's demand. They wait for the market demand. Acer computers are doing this postponement strategy. So only after receiving the customer's demand, so they start processing it, they start assembling the product, then they send it to the market. So where will you keep all this raw materials and semi-finished goods till the customer demands it? Of course, the inventory has to be maintained very safely. The inventory has to be available, right? So that anytime the customer is demanding the product, immediately it can be taken out of the shelf and the processing can be done. To ease the inventory management, as the forecast is more accurate. That is, there is a formula for calculating the this is called the economic order quantity. So how much order you need for a particular season of time. So that we will be seeing in the forthcoming session. So to keep it more accurate, we need inventory. To carry out pricing, as I said, pricing, labeling, packing, packaging. So all these things, so it's done either in the warehouse or it's done doing the point of sale. Sometimes it cannot be done in the point of sale. So what is point of sale? The point where the actual sale happens. So that is point of sale. So it cannot be either it cannot be done in the factory floor, or it cannot be done in the point of sale place. So this can be done only in the storage unit where the inventory is kept. So of course we need the inventory in the storage space readily available. To stockpile the products needed for the next season. So these are the reasons. There are more reasons, but these are the the most valuable or the most reasons, like why we need inventory, why we need stock readily available with us to know like go with all these functions. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine, good. Okay. So this is like the steps or the functions of inventory management, the basic functions. I'm not going into detail of the functions. The basic functions of inventory management or inventory manager or the inventory department. So these are the basic functions. Ordering. So ordering of the finished goods or raw materials or whatever. First start with the ordering. Before ordering, if you see in the management prospects, market study, that is all that too like comes under the functions. First, they have to do a market study, that is where the right kind of raw materials are available, where do they give in a right price, quality products, right price or much lower price than the other vendors, and check the transportation cost from the point of procurement to the point of the consumption, that is the factory floor or the warehouse floor. So this kind of market study has to be done. So if you see in the management aspect, so market study comes in the first, then comes the ordering. After confirming the vendor, ordering, then handling the item, how the raw materials has to be handled. Not all the goods, all the materials can be handled like in the same way. Many goods has to be handled with like with a special care, like goods like like rice or grains in the gunny bags, so that has to be handled differently. And electronic goods has to be handled differently. And dangerous goods like like natural gas or like what do you say, inflammable gases, so that has to be handled differently. Petroleum products, so liquid products has to be handled differently. So handling, so what kind of like how they are going to handle that matters. Then storing, how the products are being stored, that also matters. That is again, so if it is a like a storage unit, all kinds of goods comes in, solid, liquid, gases, semi-solid, so all kinds of goods it comes in. So there is no separate storage system for storing each and every goods. Even if it is a solid good, not all the solids are one and the same. So there should be a separate like fixtures or like separately designed racks or shelves for storing like a unique kind of products. Then finally do the processing, that is processing on the product. So what processing will be done on the product in the inventory floor or in the storage unit? Scanning, quality checking, labeling, packing, packaging. So this can be done. And finally selling, either directly to the customer or directly to other businesses, that is B2B or B2C. So these are the main functions of the inventory management or inventory department, inventory manager. Okay, so these are the few disadvantages like I have like the limitations I have mentioned. Overstocking, which leads to a dead stock, which of course is a loss to the company. And occupy space, that is like thinking that this product will be in demand and producing more, so it stays on the inventory floor, inventory shelf for a longer time. It occupies space, so there is no space for the new product to like come in. So, and there is a need for a warehouse, that is if you produce more, you have to keep the excess products in the warehouse. So few companies like production companies, they give that is I mean, they don't have a warehouse at all, so they directly sell to the customers from the factory. It directly goes to the customers directly through the retailers or wholesalers. The product is getting directly distributed to the customers. So in that case, there is no need for a warehouse at all. There is no need for the inventory storage at all. So like we have an automobile plant in Chennai, in the outskirts of Chennai. I think not Toyota. I don't remember. Okay, so they practice this just in time. Just in time is just few minutes, like before the production starts, the spare parts come into the factory. in the like the container truck or the transportation truck, the spare parts required for assembling the car, it comes to the factory. That's called the just-in-time, JIT technique, just-in-time technique. So there is no need for the storage unit at all, right? They can completely avoid storage unit. They can completely avoid handling inventory. I mean, storing the inventory, because storage thing, it requires lot of like time. It requires lot of energy. Cost is involved. Maintenance has to be done. Make sure that products like are safe and secure, doesn't cause any damage to the I mean, it doesn't gets damaged, as well as it doesn't cause any accidents in the factory floor or in the storage floor. Many things are there. Okay, so to avoid all those difficulties, so completely avoid the storage thing, you make use of the just-in-time technique, JIT technique. So in that case, there is no need for the warehouse or no need for the inventory storage unit. Clear? And finally, damage accidents, if not properly handled. Again, if the inventory is not properly handled, or if the persons, the workers who are handling the products in the inventory floor or in the warehouse floor don't have an idea about how to like handle the product, then obviously either the product will be damaged, and it will cause accident, it will be like it will cause damage to the warehouse itself, damage to the warehouse, and of course damage to the people working in the warehouse. So have you like heard about a blast? I think last week I have mentioned it. I'm not sure whether to you people or to the other batch, which I was taking, the other institute. The Beirut blast, the Lebanon blast. Have you heard about it?
No.
No. Okay. It
No,
was.
ma'am.
It was. I
Yes,
think
yes, sir.
during. Yeah, it was during the COVID time. I think so. During the COVID time, there was a severe, like high blast in Lebanon. Yeah, Beirut port. Beirut, there used to that there was a port. There is a port actually. Still, there is a part of a port, like functioning. So they were a port, or in all the ports, like usually there will be a storage unit, because like the shipment products, which are to be shipped by the through containers or whatever it is, it will be stored in the warehouse area, warehouse in the port itself, to clear the customs duty. So one particular like product, it's a chemical, some dangerous chemical. So it was staying in the warehouse, the port warehouse, for a very longer time, at least 4 to 6 years, I think so. The customs was not cleared. The company which produced it was not ready to take back, because they tried to bribe the customs. However, like, so they were trying it for a longer time, 4 to 6 years. They were trying to bribe the customs so that they can send the shipment to some other country or wherever. But the customs was not clearing it. The warehouse people didn't send back the product, because they were getting the storage cost. Storage na any cost, so that they were getting from the company. So something like happened, or some spark has happened, electricity, whatever, we don't know. So there was a severe high blast in the Beirut port. Half of, not half, like almost most of the, I mean the most of the port area, it got damaged. I mean, it was not there at all. After the blast has been, there was no port seen at all. There was a like big customs building there. Everything was a mess. The whole building fell off, and like around 3 to 5 kilometers the blast was. It created a great impact to the lives of the people, the buildings, and everything. The plants, trees, everything was like completely blown out. So this is the reason, like properly the people has to know how to handle the product. And again, as I said, if the product is not in demand anymore, or if it is staying in the inventory storage unit for a longer time, something has to be done. Either it has to be sent to the market, or it has to be returned back to the company which has produced it. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So that's the end of our session. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me.
Ma'am,
Yes.
you say,
Yeah.
ma'am, you say about a warehouse rule, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I see. Can you explain the rule again? I
Sure. Usually, like warehouses, like around the world, they follow. What I would say, not the chota mota warehouses or the godowns, no, where which are in, like in underdeveloped countries or developing countries. I'm speaking about the warehouses, like which has a good turnover or something like that. So they follow a strict rule. That is, there are no 3 to 4 rules they follow. The first and foremost rule is any product which comes into the warehouse has to exit. However expensive the product may be, even if it is a 100-carat diamond, it has to be sold so that the company makes a profit. Otherwise, if it stays in the warehouse for a longer time, it's a loss to the company. It may cause a severe damage to the warehouse unit or to the people. The product may get decayed, or like it may lose its quality, and it occupies space. Like there is no space for the new product to come and settle in. So that is the first and foremost rule. So any product which enters the warehouse, the storage unit, has to exit. So this is a first and foremost rule. Second rule, I think, yes, second rule is even the smallest unit, it has to be documented. When it comes into the storage, thing, it has to be documented. Scanning nowadays, previously, like physical documentation was done, but now with the RFID scanners, everything, scanning is being done on all the units. So documentation is the second most important rule in any warehouses. Anything, even the smallest unit, like that has to be documented. So if you scan the product, automatically all the information about the product, the make of the product, company which made it, the price of the product, unit of the product, where the product was made in Japan, made in India, made in China, whatever it is, So all the details of about the product, get stored in the warehouse management system. They usually call it as like WMS. That is nothing but the server system in the warehouse. So everything. So when the product has come in, from which company it has come in, the date the product has come in, where it has been stored, whether the product has been done the quality checking, or what has to be done by which date, by what time. So where exactly is the product right now? So it's like attaching GPS to the product, attaching GPS to the carton which holds the product. So scanning. So that has to be done. That is documenting. Second rule is all the units has to be documented. And the third rule is no product has to be kept on the bare floor. But most of the like small warehouses, they don't follow it. You should always use some material handling equipment, the goods handling equipment, like forklifts, pallets, or yeah, pallets, forklifts, and there are many material handling equipments. Yes, cartons, crates. So you have to make use of any of these material handling equipments, and make sure no products lie on the bare floor. Exception is there, like gunny bags, with rice and wheat products, or the grains, so that cannot be kept on the racks. That cannot be stored on the shelves. So those products only can be kept on the floor, because in course of time it gains more weight, and the whole shelf may collapse, the whole rack may collapse. So in that case, it can be kept on the floor, but still not on the bare floor. Any protective covering or sheet can be spread on the bare floor, and on that, like a tarpaulin or whatever, and above the tarpaulin, on the tarpaulin, the gunny bags or whatever, that can be cement bags, that can be kept. So that is the third rule. Now with the emergence of e-commerce companies, they have come with the fourth rule also. get the feedback from the customers. So once you have ordered something online, you receive the product, you will get a like notification, give your feedback about the product, give your feedback about the service. How was the product? What was the damage? I mean, are you satisfied with the product? Any problem in the product? You may not reply it with packaging was not good, packaging was torn, product is a wrong product, wrong color, wrong size. So whatever you give the feedback, it directly goes to the WMS system, that is the storage unit, warehouse management system of the warehouse. And obviously it is like shared with the company also, so that next time the company or the warehouse tries to avoid these mistakes. So fourth rule is get the feedback from the companies in case of e-commerce companies. Yeah, these are the main 4 rules any warehouses or production companies are following nowadays. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so that's it. We will see you next week. No more doubts, I think so.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. See you then. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
See you, ma'am.
You
Thank you,
too.
ma'am.
You too.
Bye.